A second. Yep, he's got it. Got him. There we go. Took a while for our second bite. Welcome back, everybody. So this is our first day of open water. Ice out just happened a couple days ago. We've been in that little weird transition of not being able to get out to the lakes because of that super thin ice. But this is the first day we were able to get out, and it's cold, windy, and rainy. So like a Wisconsin springtime for sure. We're out just hoping to catch a few bass. Again, it's nasty, so I don't want to stick out here for hours, but we'll see what happens. Typically for springtime for me, it's basically reverse engineering of fall. Typically what they've eaten in fall, they'll go ahead and eat, you know, right in ice out. Later in spring, I do have particular baits that I like using a little bit more. But today we're using our swim baits, our dark sleepers. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find my 2.4s, so hopefully the 3s will work. Typically, I like to use 3s to start with anyway, because if they're more aggressive, they'll go ahead and eat that pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't catch a few fish. First cast of 2025. Hopefully we get into a few. Let's get after it. First cast. Do I honestly have one? I do. Oh, I missed him. That was awful. I was between the side and top. Oh, rusty. But they're biting. So last year I did really well with a yo-yo retrieve. Previously I've always done like a real slow roll on the bottom, but last year for whatever reason they loved the yo-yo, so that's what we're doing today. To start off, first bite they bit, so need to do a little bit better job of setting hooks. But that was our first hook set of 2025, and obviously they are willing to eat a 3.0, which is nice. I apologize because I'm sure audio and everything will just be absolutely awful with all this rain and wind, but did you get one? A second. Yep, he's got it. Got him. There we go. Took a while for our second bite. Little guy. Cold water. There we are. Not a big fish. What we kind of expect. Barely had him hooked. Look at those red lips. There we are. First fish. Looks relatively healthy. A little chunky. I don't know that I've ever seen one do that. All right. It is a little bit murkier out here than I was hoping. I guess you get that with a bunch of rain and runoff and all that good stuff during spring, but we might end up switching on over to a chatterbait like the Mini Max or something like that. I think the fish are here, and obviously I think they're eating, but I just don't know that it's very easy for many of them to see it. So we might be missing some fish, just passing them over. So we might end up doing that, but we'll see. Got our first fish, so maybe we just found where they're sitting at. Got another one? Oh, yep, he's there. Give him a second. Get him. A little bit better than the last one, I think. Yep, a little bit. Yeah, I take it back. I think it's about the same. Cold fish. They still pop it pretty good though, but I am doing the just absolutely slowest yo-yo. I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. So just bombing it out there as far as we can, let it go to the bottom, sit for 5 to 10 seconds, which seems way longer than it actually is, and then just kind of reeling up slack and pulling it. It's probably pulling the bait, 2 to 3 feet, but it's pulling it off the bottom, maybe 6-8 inches, maybe a foot. and then just letting it sit and just waiting for those fish to hit it. And it's, even in this super cold water, you can feel them pretty good. It's not impossible. And I'm fishing with a somewhat soft rod with mono, which again is not my ideal, but going back to last year, you basically have to cast this thing out as far as you possibly can, and throwing it with fluoro or anything like that doesn't seem to get it out quite as far as you need it to for them to get those bites. So this is what worked last year right up until ice. It's working in spring too. There's one. Got him. That was on the cast on the initial fall, all the way out there. Another little guy. Ugh. All pretty cookie cutter, which is unfortunate because this pond used to have a lot of 15 inchers, and then you get occasional 16 or 17, but now it seems like the stereotypical size is 10 to 12 with the occasional 15. But we've officially caught more bass in 15 minutes of open water fishing than we did for hours ice fishing with live shiners, which seems like that should be something that's not even possible, but crazy. But what a great start to our 2025. See if we can't catch a couple more, hopefully get into one of those little bit bigger ones too. Well, that's about it for today. The wind is getting pretty strong, so it's not too pleasant to be out here, but that's spring fishing. It was great to get out and get our first few fish of open water season. After those first few bites, we didn't really have much of anything, which is kind of unfortunate, but we did catch them, so can't be mad at that. Can't wait to go into a little bit further in the spring and actually do a little bit more fishing and try to get into some bigger fish for sure. I'm very excited for spring. Got plenty of things planned for that. So, but as always, if you guys like the video, if you wouldn't mind liking, and if you want to see more videos like it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated also. Till next one.